The daily grind buzzed with activity, the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee, competing with the lively banter of its patrons. Barista Emma deftly maneuvered behind the counter, her hands swiftly preparing lattes and cappuccinos, each cup a small masterpiece. The air was thick with anticipation, as loyal customers leaned against the counter, their orders placing them at the heart of the morning ritual. This was just another ordinary Monday, or so it seemed until a disruption pierced through the soothing hum of the shop. In the midst of the caffeine-fueled chaos, the door swung open like a scene from a movie, revealing Jack, a man who looked as though he had wandered in from an entirely different world. His tousled hair and mismatched clothing painted a stark contrast to the polished figures around him, yet a spark of something enigmatic flickered in his eyes. As he muttered his request for coffee, his presence transformed the atmosphere, injecting an electric current of tension into the air. Emma, sensing something beyond the usual morning bustle, greeted him with cautious warmth, but the unease was palpable as whispers filled the space. As Jack waited for his coffee, his restless energy surged. He began to pace, his thoughts unraveling into audible fragments that wove a bizarre tapestry of existential musings. Emma's gaze darted to Ryan, her co-worker, who silently conveyed concern. But before Jack could slip deeper into his reverie, he pivoted dramatically, captivating the room with a raw urgency. "You're all just sheep." "So," he exclaimed, his voice echoing off the walls, daring the patrons to look beyond their routine lives. "Where's the passion, the excitement, the purpose?" He was a storm breaking over a calm sea, challenging everyone to confront the monotony of their daily grind. While the crowd fidgeted in discomfort, Ryan, often lost in thought, saw a chance to engage. "Maybe our purpose lies in the simple moments," he replied, navigating the tension with philosophical insight. Jack's scoff rang out, dismissing the notion that routine could cradle purpose. Conversations began to ripple through the room like a pebble cast into still water, awakening slumbering minds. Emma, caught between caution and curiosity, felt a stirring within her. Perhaps Jack was a catalyst, a reminder that in the grind of life, they must occasionally pause and reflect on the essence of their existence, igniting a flicker of passion amid the everyday chaos. In the heart of a bustling cafe, a heated discussion filled the air, voices rising and falling like waves crashing against a shore. Opinions clashed, passions ignited, as patrons engaged in a spirited debate about the world around them. But just as the tension reached its crest, an unexpected presence breezed through the door, a street performer, harmonica in hand, named Max. His entrance brought with it an air of spontaneity, drawing curious glances and piquing interest amid the fervor. With a smile, Max began to play a soulful melody that wove its way through the cafe like an enchanting spell. The rich tones of his harmonica soared above the cacophony, turning heads and quieting voices. As notes danced in the air, time seemed to stand still. The chaos of heated discourse began to fade, replaced by the warmth of shared emotion. Jack, who moments earlier was fervently debating, felt the tight grip of intensity ease. He swayed gently to the rhythm, surrendering to the power of Max's music. As the final notes of Max's melody lingered in the air, something magical happened. The tension that once divided the room melted away, revealing a common thread that bound them all, their shared humanity. Strangers exchanged knowing smiles, finding solace in the unity that music can inspire. Emma, perched at a corner table, observed the transformation with a sense of wonder. With each deliberate breath, she felt the atmosphere shift. What had been a divide was now a fabric of connection, woven together by harmony. "I think we've found our purpose. Connection," she said, her voice soft but filled with conviction. As laughter and conversation resumed, the cafe echoed with newfound warmth, celebrating the beautiful unpredictability of life, where music could turn an argument into camaraderie and strangers into friends. In that moment, they realized that the real essence of their discussions lay not merely in the exchange of ideas, but in the understanding that they were all part of something bigger. A tapestry rich with stories, emotions, and voices that, when harmonized, created a resonant symphony of connection. They left the cafe transformed, carrying the echoes of Max's melody and the lessons learned, a gentle reminder that harmony could arise even in the most unexpected of places. In a cozy coffee shop, the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation as a spirited debate unfolded. Voices animatedly clashed and melded, igniting not just conversation, but a spark of creativity. The moment was electric, each patron absorbing the contagious energy of others' passions, as if drawn by an invisible thread pulling them together. As the debate reached its crescendo, a poet stood up, passionately reciting verses that celebrated both chaos and harmony. The words flowed like a river, evoking images of nature's grandeur, stirring the hearts of those listening. The poet's heartfelt delivery captivated the crowd, inspiring several patrons to share their artistic gifts, each responding to the call of creativity. An artist, caught in the moment, began sketching the scene. A chaos of human expression swirling on the canvas of the coffee shop's walls, lines danced and colors converged. Her strokes whispered tales of inspiration birthed from the very debate that had ignited this night. Meanwhile, a musician, inspired by her surroundings, gracefully pulled out her violin, the sweet sound adding a melodic layer to the unfolding drama. The notes wove in and out of the poetry, creating an intricate fabric of sound that enveloped the room, each note telling a story of its own. By late evening, the wavelengths of creativity had intermingled, filling the space with warmth and vibrancy. At one table, laughter bubbled as conversations deepened and friendships formed. Strangers had become collaborators in an impromptu art showcase, each act igniting the fire of creativity within others. It was a sight to behold, voices harmonizing and blending together, painting the air with a sense of belonging. As the night wore on, Emma sat back in reflection, letting the chaos of the evening settle within her. "It was beautiful," she mused, "how we found purpose in the unexpected." Each person in that coffee shop had been a note in a grand symphony, contributing to a collective experience, an orchestra of emotions containing joy, surprise, and connection. Ryan, with a knowing look, nodded in agreement, acknowledging the influence of Jack, their wild card who had sparked the entire event. Jack, observing the warm ambiance, allowed a calm smile to grace his face. He understood now that sometimes it takes a storm of chaos to break the silence, revealing layers of creativity and connection beneath. The ripple effect ignited that night was not merely an artistic outburst. It was a profound reminder that beauty often springs from the unexpected, coalescing individual talents into something even greater. In the heart of the bustling city, the daily grind emerged as more than just a coffee shop. On a fateful day, it became a sanctuary for souls with contrasting backgrounds and artistic aspirations found themselves drawn to the same table, igniting a spark that would forever change their lives. With warm cups of coffee cradled in their hands, they shared stories and dreams, unraveling the tapestry of their lives. Emma, a poet with a penchant for words that danced like leaves in the autumn breeze, often found herself lost in thought. Her verses reflected a kaleidoscope of emotions, and it was here that she discovered the freedom to express her innermost feelings. Each time she scribbled on napkins, her creativity intertwined with the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, creating a symphony of art in the air. Ryan, a guitarist with an electric soul, strummed melodies that echoed the highs and lows of life. He often played softly in the corner, allowing his music to ripple through the shop like a gentle current. The daily grind quickly became his stage, where applause came in the form of quiet nods and supportive smiles. It was within this supportive atmosphere that he found the courage to explore new sounds and write songs that resonated deeply. Then there was Jack, a skilled painter whose canvas was the world around him. His brushes transformed the mundane into vibrant pieces of art. With every stroke, he found solace. The shop's walls became his gallery, adorned with breathtaking landscapes and whimsical designs that invited conversation. The friendship formed among the four fueled his creativity, as they often collaborated on projects that blurred the lines between poetry, music, and visual art. Lastly, Max, an aspiring photographer, captured candid moments within this creative haven. He had a unique ability to frame the beauty in chaos, showing the world through his lens. The laughter and camaraderie shared at the daily grind became snapshots of joy. These photos formed a narrative that highlighted how unexpected friendships could blossom amidst the randomness of life. As days turned into weeks, their bond deepened, proving that chaos indeed leads to beautiful connections. This unlikely friendship became a source of inspiration, encouraging each of them to embrace their art fully. Together, they fostered a vibrant community at the daily grind, where creativity thrived and magic unfolded, reminding everyone that sometimes the unlikeliest of encounters can result in the most profound transformations.